in Persian means somebody who sees past seeing. Clairvoyant is somebody who sees past the physical universe. So my last name is Bina, which I got from my dad. My dad's last name was Bina. Now, let's see what my note says. So my note says that, okay, this is, I don't want to read, I would like to speak. My parents in Iran, in a Jewish community, they were born in a ghetto, in the Jewish Tehran ghetto. The ghetto was there to separate the Jews. It wasn't as poor as the European ghetto. Some very rich Muslim would build a house there to hide it from the public how rich they are. So, and then sometimes around the 19th century, maybe around the First World War, Iranians wrote to Rothschild. They said, our children are becoming uneducated. Please come and help us. So they came and they created École Alliance Française. École Alliance Française is all over the world, the third world. And they teach the kids French and the language of their country. That's where they went to school. That's why there is a touch of French culture in my background. Then at some point, the Shah Reza Pahlavi, not the last Shah, his father was the one who created the Pahlavi dynasty. He emancipated the Jews. I'm going to cry now.
What year was that?
I'm going to cry. Something around 1015. 2000. Well, First World War. 1950. So the Jews are emancipated and they're allowed to get out of the ghetto. But at that time, when Rothschild built the École Française, on purpose they built it outside of the ghetto for the kids to walk outside and see the outside world. That's how smart these people are. Then my dad decided he wants to go to accredited high school that Jews weren't allowed before, and he had to pass the test. He goes and they try very hard to make him not pass, and he passes.
What kind of work did your granddad do?
They were all in business. My granddad from my mom's side owned properties, and my granddad from my dad's side, he was in real estate and antiques. And they all lived in the old neighborhood. We call them ghetto in this country. They call them the old neighborhood. So Dad gets accepted to the accredited high school. He's doing so well that he skips a grade. And before that, he had skipped a grade in the regular school. He becomes a doctor at the age of 22 from Tehran University. And it's in his biography that Medical Society gave everybody the day he passed, that he became a physician at the age of 22. What my dad cared about was education, learning. Then he gets married, and then my mom has, and him, they have 4 girls and a boy. And then when it's time for the girls to go to school, my dad says, they're going to go to a private French school. My mom says, what? That's going to cost a lot of money. My dad says, so we could do without traveling, but we send the girls to a private school. So we go to a French private school. We study French. By the 3rd grade, I realized I'm speaking French. I discovered that I'm speaking French.
It's a French school.
It was a maze to me that all of a sudden I realized that this wasn't Alliance Française, this was a private French school.